Hello everyone, my name is Jonas. This is the Jonas Cast podcast. Today I will read the book Think and Grow Rich, Chapter 12, Part 2, Part 1. Sorry about my English, I not speak English so very good, but I will read the book. Alright, this is the first part to Chapter 12. The Subconscious Mind. The subconscious mind consists to a field of continuous in which vary impulse of flow that rations the objective mind flow any of these five senses is classified and recorded and from which flows may be recalled or withdrawn and the letters may be taken from flipping cabinet are received and files, sense impervious or frauds, regulations of their nature. You may voluntarily plant your subconscious mind and then plan through and then propose, which you decide to translate into physical monetary equivalent. The subconscious acts as the first dominating desires which haven't been mixed with the emotional feeling, such as fate. Consider this is in connection with the introductions given the chapter on desire. For talking the six steps that are only found and introductions given the chapter on the building and executive plans for will understand the importance they fraud conveyed. The subconscious mind works day and night. From a method production one to man, the subconscious mind is drawn upon force to infinite intelligence for the power with which the voluntary transmutation one desire into the physical equivalent market use always of the most practical media be which tis the may be accomplished. You cannot try control your subconscious mind, but you can voluntarily head in over it any plan, desire, or proposed wish, and the wish transformed into a concrete from read. Again, introduction for using the subconscious mind in chapter on autosuggestion. There the plan evidence supposed the belief that the subconscious mind with connection link between the infinite mind of man and the infinite intelligence. It is indeterminate from which they may draw upon the force and the infinite intelligence will. It alone constrains the secret process by which the mental impulses are the modification and change your spiritual equivalent. It alone, the medium through which the prayer and may be transmitted with so capable and the answer player. The possibilities on creative effort connected with the subconscious and the spindles and importable they inspire one with way. I never approached the discussion of the subconscious mind with the feeling lightness and inferiority perhaps to the fact and demands and the price talking knowledge one subjective fully limited the very fact and subconscious mind, the medium and of communication between think mind of man and infinite intelligence. This is his self and through which almost prayers and own reasons. After we have a sight is the really and existence, the subconscious mind, and the understand this possibility and the medium for transmutation or desires into the physical and monetary equivalent will comprehend you full significant the introduction given capture design. You will also understand you haven't repeatedly almost to making your desires clear and the almost to making your desires clear and to reducing them to writing. You will also understand the necessity to persistence in carrying out introductions. The 13 principles were the simulation with which to acquire the ability to rest and to influence your subconscious mind. No to not becoming discouraged if you cannot upon the first attempt. Remember that your subconscious mind be voluntary selection only from ability. The under the direction given in the chapter Faith. You have not yet had in the time master faith, you be patentment and persistent. A good man statement, this is a chapter on faith, and the auto-suggestion will be replied to Harry for the benefits of your subconscious mind. Remember, your subconscious mind focuses on voluntary. Whenever you making any effort to influence, you're not. This is natural suggestion for that front of fear and provide negative thought and serve stimulating to your subconscious mind useless you master takes impulse and given more desirable food upon which may feed. The subconscious mind will not remain idly of the mind. You will upon through the rational result your neglect. We have already explained the fraud impulse and both negative and the positive were reading the subconscious mind continues from the 14 source which were maintaining that chapter on sex transmutation. For the present, for present is sufficient if you remember that you are living daily in the mindset of all manner unfolding impulses which are reading your subconscious mind without your knowledge. But these impulses are negative and some are possible. It is positive. You are no engaged trying to help and shoot off the follow negative impulse and the to aid in voluntary influencing in your subconscious mind through positive impulses of desire. When you achieve this, you will possibly okay which unlocks the door to looking subconscious mind. Moreover, you will control that door completely that under undesirable fraud may influence your subconscious mind. Everything which man creates begins in from that frozen impulse. Man can create nothing which do is the first conceived and throw. For the aid in imagination for the impulse may be assembled into plans. The imagination when under control that may be used that for creation of plans and propose that lead to success in the chosen occupation. All from impulse and intended transmutation into their physical equivalent, voluntary planted is a nation the mixed with faith. The mixing of faith and with plan or purpose intended subconscious and the subconscious mind may be the only through the imagination. From this statement, you will read that voluntary using subconscious minds call for coordination to application the principles. L.O.R. Colin gave an evidence for her understanding the power and subconscious mind that power wrote. You never can tell that through will you bring in your hate or love. for the frogs are things, and their wings are stiffer than carrier doves. They follow the law of the universe. Each thing creates is kind, and they spend here the track and bringing you whatever went you from your mind. This is Will Crocs understand the church, the 13 of fraud and wishing from mind imbibing in self deep conscious mind here, and the self magnetic pattern and blueprint with subconscious mind influence while transmutating man the physical equivalent for true things and the reason every material things begins and the floating energy. The subconscious mind is more acceptable and influenced by impulsions of through mixed with feeling emotion original solely the reason fortune the mind. The fact where the much evidence supports theory and only emotionizing through having the action influence be upon subconscious mind well will know the emotion feeling rules the major people. It is true the subconscious mind responding more quickly to its influence. More yielding be fraud and impulse which you are mixed with emotion. This is essential become familiar with the more important and the emotions, where the seven major positive emotions and the seven major negative emotions. The negative voluntary injecting themselves into from impulses which insert sage into subconscious minds. The positive emotions injected through the principle of autosuggestion one fraud and presence which an individual wishes to pass in one with subconscious mind. There's emotions, your feelings, impulse may be kindled you yes and loved and brain because this continuation the action element which transmits from and presence from the passive to active state. First made one understand why in the fraud impulses which they have been well mixed with emotion attack the open more reading than fraud impulse origination in the cold reason. You're preparing yourself to influence and control inner audience into subconscious minds on the other hand over into desire for money which you wish in this transmutation the voluntary equivalent. It is essential for that you understand the method of approaching this winner audience. You must speak in this language, you is not wield your cow. It understand the best in the language of emotion feeling. This is therefore described here. The seven nature propose positive emotion in your seven negative emotions in your draw, and you know the positive and avoid the negative when given introduction in your subconscious mind. The seven major positive emotions: the emotion of desire, the emotion of faith, the emotion of love, the emotion of sex, the emotion of enthusiasm, the emotion of romance, the emotion of hope. The author's positive emotions, but there's the seven most powerful and the most only creative from the master seven front and user position most and your command when you need them. Remember this connection that you are studying book which intending to help and develop money consciousness be filling your mind with position emotion and do is become money conscious be feeling and the mind with negative emotions. The seven major negative emotions: the emotion of fear, the emotion of jealousy, the emotion of hatred, the emotion of aversion, the emotion of greed, the emotion of superstition, the emotion of anger. The positive and negative emotion cannot occupy the mind of some time and or other must dominate and your responsibility to make sure that positive emotion constitute to dominate the influence your mind. Every delay of habit will come for ID. From the habit employing is in the positive emotion, eventually they will dominate in your mind completely that the negative cannot enter it. The only big falling that's introduction literary is continuous. You can gain control over your subconscious mind. The perseverance a single negative in your conscious mind suffices destroy and dark destructive idea from the subconscious mind. You are the observing person the most have noticed them from people resort prayer only after everything has failed, or else when they pray by a ritual of meaningless and word. Because this, the fact that most people who pray to only after think the illness fail, they to go praying with their mind filled fear undaubed, which are the emotions the subconscious mind acting upon the phrase faces to infinite intelligence. Likewise, that emotion which the infinite intelligence receives and the action opens. If you pray for think you but having fear as you pray, that you may be receiving your pray, you be not upon the infinite intelligence you pray will have been a vine. Pray do is sometimes result the realization that with the praise and you haven't had the experience received and you wish you pray at break your memory recall actual state of mind while you already pray, and you will know for sure that your theory here describing the more than a theory. The times you will come then the school and the education still institutions of the country you wish the science prayer, moreover that maybe that will be reduced in a size. And that comes and it comes on mind when and you no one will unprod the universal mind state of fear. For every good reasons, there will be such emotion and fear in ignorance, superstition, and the faith and teaching and habits prior. And you will have entitlement, it will truth, the status should to infinite intelligence. I feel having already entitlement this blessing. If you believe in this prophecy in your for fact it takes a look in among yourselves, the last than 100 years, and you man believe in the enlightening to be evidence to pray of God to to God to reach a God to reach a God. You know, thanks the power of faith. You know, thanks of the power of faith. Man and the hardness and the lighting made in internal wheels and industry. Much of 100 years a man believed in the space between the plants and nothing great, and the state and that don't not Guinness owned no take the salmon bar faith, and the mouse knows men know that foreign begin there between the plants and the over live and the high test and the for vibration know the excellent parent the vibration flow. Moreover, men you know and the living posting the vibration energy and the presence every matter you feel nine space connection human every human brain every human brain that reasons you meant to believe in this same. The energy thus cannot connect to human brain, the infinite intelligence. Where are the two gates in between two infinite intelligent mind and human infinite intelligence to communicate and trust and nothing except to patience and faith? persistence, and understand this sincere desire to communicate. Moreover, the approach can be made in individual self, painting prayers in the whole as the infinite intelligence to business and by proximity your either to directly and you not communicate. You may be you may buy prayer books and repeating through in dawn without avail and the pros wish the communicating infinite intelligence must go of transformation so that given the only from one subconscious minds, then the method you wish to make communication with the infinite intelligence is the very similar that from which the vibration sound communicate be radio. If you understand the work and the principle of radio, you of course you know sound can be communication from the Ubuntu has been stepped up the challenge integrate vibration with the human cannot detect the radio standing station picks the human voice inscribed of the modifies the step and the vibration millions of times this way the vibration of sound from the ether. After this, the transmutation was taken place in the pickups and the energy originally from vibrations from carriers and the energies to the receive stations. There is received the step energy back down. To this day, original vibration recognize the song of subconscious minds, the intermediary, which the translates in the prayers and the infinite intelligence recognize present message, and you and it brings back the answers from the fine plan or idea produced in the project and the prayer. Understand the principle, you will know he the words and praising cannot will never and was common between the mind of man infinite intelligence. Before your prayer, will reach in the infinite intelligence theory and the probably in the original from vibration, the spiritual vibration, and the faith and only vision given through spiritual nature, faith and fear to make us fellows were in an outer canal. Cannot. Oh, thank you for listening. Sorry about my English. Let's go for more one day. Thank you for listening.